Yes, and hello, I'm Darthleon and welcome to something completely new. And like when I say new, this game came out like yesterday. I was gonna stream it yesterday. I'm streaming it today. This game came out like yesterday. It's completely new. So what is this? This is Lysfanga, the time shift warrior. We can like ignore the lower half. So Lysfanga is uh, an isometric action game that I'm actually very excited about. But I've been excited for like this idea for a while. We will like explain things as they come. Let's get right into it. But yeah,
Long ago, in Antala, two rival factions, Mayura and Balara, shaped the land through brutal conflict. Eventually, and after years of battle, a truce was reached. But alas, that peace did not last. Mysterious creatures invaded our world. We called these demons the Raxas. The Balarans fell overnight, as the rest of us watched in horror. Our only hope came at a terrible cost. I, Chimera, Queen of Mayura, went through the ritual of ascension. And in doing so, I became a god. I stopped time itself in the old cities, trapping all inside. The invasion was quelled, and I faded into the shadows. The cities remained trapped in time for centuries. The survivors of the calamity fled and founded the new kingdom. Now, every generation, the kingdom is blessed with the birth of a warrior. A soul protector known as Lysfanga, who passes their powers down to the next. Until something unexpected happened. Twins. You, Ime, strong in the way of the blade, and your brother, Kehor, a burgeoning master of magic.
I see.
When time came for you both to accept your duties as Lysfanga, this responsibility became yours alone.
Oh, how come?
For Kehor left without a word, not even to you. A few years later, our people woke from their slumber in terror. The golden glow of the time lock's gone from the horizon. From the old continent, my voice is calling for you. This is where your journey begins, Lysfanga.
So this is the setup. However, like we're going to probably have to wait to see the gimmick, but like I'm going to keep it under wraps for a little bit. Oh, never mind. We might actually just get.
Finally, the lost city of Mayura. You can barely tell this place has been sealed for 500 years.
I mean, isn't that the whole time lock thing that it hasn't been? Like, yeah, it has, but not a day passed.
It's peaceful here, and altogether too quiet. I need to find what made the time locks disappear. What is that Araxis?
Mm-hmm.
The old enemy from the legends. If what they say is true, a horde cannot be far away. Let's see. Hey! Get back here! Cowards!
Arrive in Majora and begin your search. I mean, that's like a very easy achievement, I guess. We just opened up the game. So I have played a little bit of the demo. I did not get to finish it because I didn't have the time. But like I know like the extreme basics. Admittedly, I have done like a little bit of a few battles, so I'm aware of what's about to happen. At the beginning of each fight, observe the environment to plan out your actions. Move the camera with the left like thing and start the fight by pressing A. The number of remaining Raxes is displayed on the top left of the screen. Raxes that were previously killed appear at the bottom, and Raxes that are still alive appear in the middle. To win, eliminated all the Raxes in the arena. Some Siren Shield. Press X to use your blade and slash your enemies. You can also rush your target with your shield and stagger them by pressing Y, leading up to a stun.
There you are. And you brought friends. And a portal. An entry point, perhaps. Strange.
Well, we weren't really shown how we can, like, plan out the battle, but I mean, that's fine. We do also have like a spell on B. This specific one seems to draw enemies in.
What? What happened?
Do not be afraid, my child. You are here at my behest. I was the one who called you to these forgotten lands.
Goddess of time. Chimera, is that... you?
Shouldn't you be like Lady Comer or something?
Yes, my child. I brought you here to grant you my aid. Raxes are free from my spell and threaten to ravage our world once more. And yet, I sense an even greater threat behind them. They have learned from the past, become even more dangerous. And so, my gift to you is time.
Time.
No, no. I need real power. Don't you have a magic sword for me?
Receive my light, Lysfanga. Let this power flow through you. With this power, you will have command over time. Fight your enemies. Rewind time. And fight again alongside your past selves.
And this is the gimmick.
You will appear as an army to your enemies, but you are not invincible. Use this power wisely.
Well, we've already did a playthrough of this, so Remnant. You earn the ability to rewind time. Using it resets the fight to the beginning, creating a perfect copy of yourself, a Remnant, that replaces exactly all of your actions. This power is triggered when you die, and can also be activated by pressing the left trigger. At the start of a fight, a portal is open, wiping you out when the timer shown at the center of the screen is up. This, or getting hit after losing your health point, makes you automatically rewind time. Any rewind, manual or not, uses a remnant from your count. You lose if you run out. So, you can already see that some of these enemies are doomed to death, and their little health bar's got a skull on it. Were we to start the fight now, this would create a time clone of our previous actions, killing these guys over here, and then killing these guys up top, and eventually dying like in around this area. So now that we have these clones, we are to like they're going to repeat these actions exactly as explained, right? And we have to, in the meantime, clear the rest of the enemies. And generally, like, that's the whole deal. Like, kill all the demons while you use your time clones to, like, deal with the whole thing. I think that's perfectly understandable. And, like, it will be even more understandable were we to start a fight.
I'm here again. Hey, is that another me?
Oh, okay, so I mean, they do kind of waste my time trying to show that, but... And now we just wait for our past self to clear the enemy there, and that's pretty much it. Me, and me too. Receive the power... I didn't get the whole thing.
She was right. This is much better than a magical sword. But I can only use it so many times. I need to be smart.
So yeah, this is the whole thing. And honestly, can I say something weird? I've been thinking about like a game like
I
that
was right to leave as soon as
for
the
a
time
while,
locks
right?
disappeared.
Like the whole
If the
idea that you use
priests
time
back home
travel.
had known about the Raxes, they wouldn't have let me go.
Like the idea of using time travel to fight along your past selves. Like this has been... Excuse me, like my throat is still suffering a little. That has been on my mind for a while. And like when I found out about this game coming out, I was super excited for it. And like I'm really glad I get to play it right now. Condemned enemies. When a Raxus is killed, it will consider condemned for the following loops. Raxus in the state have a skull above them, as I explained earlier, but yeah. This means that they will be killed by your remnants in the following loops. Raxus in the state cannot see the real you. However, getting too close to them or attacking them will break them out of the state, and make them able to see the real you again. Beware, as this could make them move out of your remnant's attack and change their fate. So just because they're enemy, like they're condemned, doesn't mean like you can change the past by your future actions.
Let's see what my new powers can do.
Yep. So yeah, the idea here is we get to like redo the thing we need to plan out the attack strategy to like get everything done quickly. Admittedly, the way I see it, we might have to do 3 runs, but that shouldn't be too big a problem. Like, we try to kill these guys up here. I might even, like, ignore the first enemy, go up here, kill this as quick as I possibly can, and then deal with these guys down here on the second loop. Yeah, the problem is if I get stuck like this, it doesn't really help me. And, like, this is all the time we needed here. And as you can see, the Remnant is doing the exact same things we planned on doing previously. And this is good enough for this time loop, allowing us to go here. We do get a single hit. Now we're just waiting for the clones to deal with everyone. Beat a time challenge in the story. And yeah, this wasn't explained on the previous one because apparently it wasn't needed. But there is a, like... Excuse me. There is a time to beat on these arenas. They aren't necessary.
Starting to get the hang of this.
They aren't really necessary for Portal Relics. Portal Relics are vestiges of your fights with Araxes. Use them to replay fights you've already won and improve your strategy to beat the time challenge. It isn't necessary to move on, and I don't promise that we will do it every time, but if I can see like the strategy of a fight, I will promise I will definitely try for it. Spells. Press B to use your equipped spell. The spells are secondary abilities capable of changing the outcome of a fight. Their cooldown is shown at the bottom of the screen and will be shortened if you rewind time manually.
Another portal. Let's go.
Okay, so I think this is possibly done with 2. Like if we can... And we might need to go in this direction first. Like we're going this direction, kill everything, and use the spell like in the middle of them. And then use the second clone to second loop. Yep, sounds fine. Let's play it in runtime. All right, this guy survived a little longer than expected. Go back. And while the first loop is hanging out with the other guys, we use this loop to clear you out. Perfect. Exactly as drone. And like I decided to go, since I was planning on using the spell here, I decided to go in that direction
There
first.
must be clues in Myura as to why the Raxes are back. I have to know more.
Okay. Find the remnant shard. Find 3 more to create another remnant. Okay. Understandable. Twins. To beat twins, you must defeat them simultaneously. A living a living twin will heal and revive its linked partner.
These two Raxes are linked together.
Yes. What? What? Okay. I think I might have pressed like the let's go for a fight button. So something they don't tell you, like you can damage them afterwards to make sure that they stay dead. And this is basically what we did. We really need our past self to be, yeah, a little quicker, but that's fine. And again, as mentioned, like you get one hit and then you die. Like if you get hit twice, you die. So dying isn't that big a deal. It mainly means that you are forcibly, like your loop is forced, sad, I suppose. You just have to restart, right? Like you create a remnant that's going to like just straight up uh, die eventually, right? Right.
Ooh, this all oozes with power. I should take it.
A mode of magic. I have no idea what that is. And they did not explain to me, but apparently the achievement showed 3, so maybe once we get 3 it will make sense. Magical doors. The Raxes are using magical doors to block your path. Destroy the crystal powering them up to open the way. I mean, the cutscene over here explains it pretty fine.
That crystal is powering the magic barrier. I should destroy it.
Oh, I see what I did wrong previously. Like, I pressed the start fight button by expecting the dialogue to move on. Okay. So, here's the deal, right? Even if we go, like, super quickly there, there's two problems. We need to wait for the door to open, and we need to also kill these guys over here. Definitely the first loop needs to happen like in this direction, but you know what I mean. So a way we could do this is we get to damage these enemies a little while we're going up, and then on the second loop we kill them as a tag team and then move on to try to kill the twin. And this is what's the plan going to be this time around. Like grab their attention. Not how I planned it completely, but that's fine. Yep, okay, this wasn't how I planned it at all, but it's fine. Wait, we need to kill this thing. Alright, I'm noticing these guys haven't died down there. Alright. Which means we have to kill them in this loop. The door has been opened, thankfully, and I can see the other clone is killing the twin. Oh, really? We missed this by 0.6 seconds? Alright. But you did get to see, like, what happens when you die. I mean, same thing, we're just not going to die in the beginning. Alright. No, wait. Nope. Bad run. Those things are not going to be a problem because we're going to kill them on the next loop. And this is the loop. And the crystal is down. Just waiting for the clone to finish the twin off. There we go. Much better time. I literally, like, the clone that died in the beginning was the reason we lost the time, the 0.6 seconds there. Like, what is that, like 3 frames? Alright, just checking around the environment, make sure we don't miss anything like this. The demo did not have those things around. The demo also did not have like any of the story. It just had like a bunch of battle arenas, so that's pretty much it.
Someone's ahead.
Tell me, Grenos, what more should I know about the temple?
I've told you all I know. I assure you that there's really no need for all this.
You there? What are you doing in here?
That voice. Sister?
Kel? Is that you? But how?
Oh. This is not quite how I imagined our reunion, Ymir. You should not have come here. There are dark forces at work in these forsaken lands. You do not want to be involved in any of this.
Isn't that like our business
What
though?
are you talking about, brother? And what? Who is that?
I'm quiet, you.
Oh no.
Sister,
What?
leave this place. For your own sake. Do not come further. Raxis, stop her if she tries.
Ah!
Oh, damn it!
Guardians. Guardians block attacks with their giant shields. You can only damage them from the back. Cooperate with your remnants to defeat them.
This one looks tough.
It sure does. I mean, I think you get the clue on this one. We will like take one direction, strike and like distract the big guardian to use his shield on like the past self, and then go the other direction, kill everything, and backstab the big guy. Sounds pretty simple. Let's just play it out. A little inaccurate, but it's fine. I mean, this should be good enough, I think, but let's just make sure we have enough time for it. And like, even if things like don't go the way you expect them to go, exactly. Like, you can use your past self as like the damage dealer if you need to, because you know what's coming.
Kel, where have you... What should I do? Perhaps if I fix this one, he might be able to help me.
How are we fixing? Oh, you literally can just do it?
Hello again. Thank you for fixing me. Most kind.
You were speaking with my brother about a... temple. Is that where he's headed? Where is it?
That symbol on your armor. The same as Janna's. Very well. I will explain everything. Or at least, as much as I can. But we should reach safer surroundings first. I know a place. Please, follow me.
Fine. Lead the way.
Alright, we met with Kehor. That was the achievement.
Here we are. Welcome. This place is safe from the Raxus. Protection magic is shielding these stones from intruders. It was once a magical academy during the reign of Queen Chimera. I served here as a collector and teacher of history. Ah, my poor Mayora. She was a true marvel, and now, well, consider this your base of expedition. A camp, if you will.
Okay.
Please, about my brother. What is he doing here? And with the Raxes, no less.
Alas, I only know his destination. The Temple of Mayu.
Then that's where I'm headed.
Indeed. But first, let me... Aha! Still working. With this spell, I will be able to see through your eyes, if you let me. I will try to help you however I can.
Okay.
And with this trinket, you will be able to use the teleporters of the city, including the big one here. And last but not least, let me teach you a little spell from my time to aid you in your fights against the Raxus.
Thanks, Grenos.
Fast travel. You unlock the ability to teleport. Press right anywhere or up if you are near a teleporter to open the locations menu and select a place to teleport. Orb of Light. Throw a ball of energy in a line in front of you, dealing damage to an area of impact. Alright. And we got a full remnant. That's cool. Admittedly, we haven't really been using them too much, but
Gren,
I'm sure it will.
you mentioned a man named Janna before. He was one of my teachers.
Jana is a
How
man's
did you
name.
meet him?
Janna is the one who found me, restored me. He told me of your new kingdom. You could say he got me up to date. Then he left. I do hope he is safe out there. I don't know if I'll ever see him again, but I am grateful for the time we shared together.
Okay. Well, anything else we can do in the camp? Seems rather empty. Well, we can definitely use our moves, I suppose. Well, not even this door is passable. I guess we will find more people to interact with as we are out there. Again, like they mainly showed battles in like the thing. All right. Okay, I think I get this. Modes of magic can be used to hammer out new armors at Gobanos Forge. Okay, so I guess this is another
Hello?
clue,
Ime, can you hear me? Does the spell work?
like a charm.
Yes. It feels like you're in my head.
I will use your experiences to complete a codex. Places you visit, Raxus you slay. Consult it at your leisure.
Thanks. That could be useful.
One last thing. Your brother did not look pleased to be here. He seemed scared of something. Alas, he did not share what.
Grenos' Codex. And we got an achievement for unlocking it. Press down to open Grenos' Codex. This centralizes all the knowledge you have discovered throughout your journey. Alright, I'm guessing that if I go in that direction, it's gonna be like the... Huh. I mean, I suppose we could always teleport back to this teleporter. So let's pick both directions if we need to. Wait, is this the beginning of the game? Yeah, I guess it is the beginning of the game. In case you want to like explore something a second time, I suppose. Alright, that's understandable. Oh! I saw it! I saw it right at the end. Well, we've certainly collected the 3. I'm not sure if like that's how many we need. And there is one right here as well. That's cool. I'm worried that we're going to only be seeing them in the beginning. I can promise you that we will not be going back for them. Skills. You have learned the second spell, but you can only have one spell equipped at a time. Access your spells and choose which ones to equip with the skills menu by pressing the left button. Equipping spells is free and can be done out of combat or during an overview of the fight. I guess
These
by...
ones again. I must coordinate with my remnants.
Yes, I'm aware. Basically now they're testing you on like both the skills you learned so far, like having to both deal with enemies at the same time. Excuse me. As well as deal with the big shield guy. That being said, it is a rather wide area. We might even need like three remnants, because the thing is, we're going to have to need to kill these guys, kill, and come around here and annoy this guy, and then also do the same thing in this direction. So we might need a third depending on time restraints. But that being said, alright, so we have 2 spells. Okay. I don't know how important this is. I actually like the Vortex, to be perfectly honest. Alright. Admittedly, the Vortex isn't really going to help on this specific one. I just hope like the timing is good enough there. Alright, this would be good enough time. I was actually scratching my forehead there for a second. Alright, not the direction I want to go, but it's fine. Okay, I feel that was good enough. Yeah, we completed the challenge, so I consider it good enough. A little bit of a runtime error, but it's fine. Let me see the statue. Okay, I didn't see it as much as I wanted to, but that's fine. Just explore the area. Like it's... A gate outside of combat? That's interesting. Because I'm like the game advises you to use a controller, and I didn't really use like a controller on Hades because I didn't feel like to, but this one they kind of like really want you to. I didn't like. Okay, I think we cannot go back up there. It takes me a while for me to like turn off my mic to cough freely. Wait, hold on. I can see the chest, I cannot see... Oh, I can see the direction. Okay. Yep, that works for me. Another part of a remnant. It is a little... I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's a little annoying that we don't really get to need 5 remnants or 4 remnants. Oh, how do I get that? Oh, I see how I get that. Okay. Well, at least I can get the geometry of the whole place. Even if I have to backtrack a little. But yeah, they do not really require you to use all these guys. Like they actually expect you to do it with few remnants, not with many. Which maybe they will need you to do it like that later, but currently it doesn't feel like that. And like you would expect them to have you flex your strength like that early, right? Maybe I'm overthinking it, or maybe I'm just jinxing it, but I do remember there was another one of these things. Yep. He can be taught, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Bomb wings. Bomb wings try to explode when they are near you. When they die, they are thrown in a straight line and they will explode on anything they touch, including other axes, dealing a lot of damage.
They look ready to explode. Maybe I can use that to my advantage.
I mean, this one is almost like... This is very understandable. Alright, these enemies are condemned. Okay, make sure that they have the time they need to. We might even be able to do the whole thing in one go. I'm honestly probably spending time here when I don't need to. Alright, make sure these things... Alright. Yeah, probably should just should have gotten it over with quickly there. Let's give this one more try, like just because there wasn't any need for this. Like we spent too much time on the first loop for no reason. What the heck? Well, even in death, that time got the thing done. It was speedrun. It was so that we didn't have to press the button for sure. That's what happened.
I know who this is. Mayu, god of the wind and merchants. Jana told me about him.
Correct. He lived ages ago when this majestic city was still but a humble town. When he died, every Majoran wept. Which makes me wonder, what happens when gods die? Is their power scattered across the land? Or something else?
Well, when Lysfangas die, their powers pass down to the next. I wouldn't know if it's the same for the gods.
Interesting. Well, I will write Mayu's story in my codex, if you are interested.
Well, it's good to have it, I suppose. But like, why would you need to write it? Isn't it already written? I suppose you would have it committed to memory. Otherwise, whatever. There is a teleporter here. Do we need to use it right now? Doesn't seem like it. Did the colors just get drearier? Wait, do we need to actually activate the teleporter? Let's double check. No. Oh, okay, we do not need to. Alright.
Let's try throwing these exploding Raxes at the others again.
Okay. Well, step one, I think is like see what happens when you throw the bomb to the Guardian. Let's see if that kills him instantly or not. Second step, I guess, like kill in this direction, and I don't know the rest. We might have to improvise something. And my guess, the way there's enemies are positioned, we might actually need to throw multiple of these guys at the Guardian. Admittedly, I do wanna go first. There first. Second plan is we throw this bomb wing to the Guardian. If it doesn't die, we damage it a little, create a second clone, go in this direction, backstab, and then with a third clone, we go like this. Yeah, I like this. Yep, it isn't good enough, but hey, it works. Since the enemy is already going in that direction, we don't need to overthink it. Plus, if we need to overthink it, we can just like that. Like once we had sent the bomb in that direction, we were clear. I feel we could have gone back at that. It was correct. My assumption was correct. I'm just glad that like I saw it in my mind's eye and then like it worked exactly as expected. You gotta be proud about that, right? You gotta like appreciate that kind of thing. Is that a collectible? I don't see direction for it to be. It just looks like, I guess it's one of those lamps. It just looks a little weird rotated, I suppose. Alright. No space between these battles, I suppose. Yes. Oh wait, no. Hold on. I did not plan it out. Again, that's on me. I thought she was going to say something else. Hmm. I suppose the way to do it is a single one run goes in this direction, breaks the gate, comes back and starts attacking the Guardian from one direction, and you get to mirror it from the other direction. Since like you don't really need the gate to like be down early, I suppose that's one way to deal with this. I'm just dealing a lot of it to make sure that we have the time to, like, depending on which clone gets first, it has enough time to like deal with the enemy. I guess you could always just wait for it, but yeah. Nice and clean. Honestly, so far we haven't really... Okay, it feels like this might be the right direction, so let's go in the other direction. Yep. Okay, so I'm getting the instinct on those. Another teleporter, which I'm going to assume is active. Well, admittedly, I did not see it from above, so I'm glad I went through this exploration path. I'm worried that they're giving us too many of those, but I'm sure it's not actually going to be too many. Hey Sigma, welcome from. Let me give it a shot. No, is that correct? Did I say it correctly? So, what is this game? This is Lysfanga. It is an isometric action game, action strategy game, where it's like Hades, like the whole perspective is like Hades, but besides the whole, okay, you have to like go, it takes like a more quick approach to roguelites where you die, you get to do the same run again, but like it's more on the 20 seconds runs. You instead go back in time and like your previous loop is active at the same time, so you get to fight along with your past self and you have to plan out the fight to make sure you kill everything. You will see it in action in like a second, so don't worry too much about it. Unstable portals. I promise, seeing is believing. Like, you'll see it and it will be instantly understandable. Unstable portals. Unstable energies are causing the Rax's portals on this arena to be overcharged. It will detonate faster, giving you less time to fight.
I feel like I know this place. Strange.
So basically, in this state, we get to plan out this fight. Because, especially now that we know, okay, this will be a shorter fight, we will have to use more remnants. So, depending on the situation, we likely have to kill these guys and keep that twin dead. Another clone goes in this direction, and whatever time it has goes in that direction. Another clone goes in this direction. I'm not sure what it does after that. We might just need to just end the time skip there. And then last one goes in this direction. That's assuming that I have very little time. Alright. It's action time. So this is loop 1. Okay. No, wait. That's what we were planning. So these two enemies are linked together, so they need to die at the same time. And this is, like, it died well enough, right? Now we run out of time, so we go back in. And we have another clone coming in this direction, but, I mean, we kill this guy, so that's fine. So we just kill these guys, and we wait for everything else to die, and this should be good enough for the run. But it wasn't good enough for time. Okay. A little bit of time was lost here. But, like, you get it, right? You don't need to... I don't need to over-explain it, right? Your past selves are doing the same fight they were doing regardless, so... Alright, this one is the quickest one we need to do, so... Alright, back in time. And let's kill it a little bit longer to make sure it has time to die. Alright, these guys are spreading out and I don't like that. Alright, this is condemned, so good enough for now. And I remember this was good enough for it to die in the beginning, so we're just waiting for that thing to die and we're clear. So it's all about planning and it's also all about acting. You need to plan out the direction you were going to go, but you also need to, like, execute your plan correctly.